Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to film like an updated makeup routine of just my everyday look for makeup wise, but I thought it would be super fun to film and talk about like girl personal questions while I was doing my makeup. So that's what this video is going to be for. I have my coffee here and I'm ready to go. I normally do my makeup in the bathroom, but bathroom's not the best for filming, so for the sake of this video I'm doing it here in my bedroom. I just have a little mirror right here, so if you see me looking to the side, that's what I'm doing, is looking in the mirror for my makeup. But I'm gonna pull my hair up with this little clip just to kind of keep it out of my face while I'm doing my makeup. So the first thing I do is put this Tarte base tape on my face. It's just like a hydrating primer, and I love putting it on the first thing on my face before all my makeup, and I just think it helps to hold my makeup really well. It just like rubs right into, which is really nice. The first question, we're gonna start off a little bit light, not so personal in the beginning, but the first question is, what's your favorite lotion, brand, or scent? I love the Bath & Body Works lotions. My favorite scent is like the pumpkin marshmallow, I'm pretty sure is what it is. I have so many bottles of it. I love it for fall especially, but I use it all year round because it just smells so good. So what I use for foundation is this Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. It has sunscreen in it. Looks like this. I use the shade Beige Rose 30, and honestly I just like put it on my face like this. Super cute, I know. And then I go in with my beauty blender and just spread it all out. I really like this because it's not super heavy, but it has pretty good coverage, which I like. I'll answer another question while I'm spreading this out. Are you nervous for your wedding night? I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not like as nervous as I feel like I should be, or that most people. I mean, yeah, it can be nervous, and obviously I want it to be like perfect, but at the same time, what we're gonna be doing that night is designed by God. When you're doing it in a sense of marriage, it's glorifying God. So I'm not super nervous, basically just excited to be able to do that with Johnny, and that we're both virgins, we're both saving ourselves for marriage. So I think that we're both just really excited that we get to share that together, something that we haven't shared with anyone else. So that's like basically what we're looking forward to. I'm not super nervous, but there's 56 days until the wedding, so maybe as it gets a little bit closer I'll get a little more nervy. Once that is all blended out, I go back over where I have just some breakouts or acne scars with this concealer. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love this concealer, but it's the one I'm using right now because the one I was loving, I can't find it in stores anywhere. It was by Maybelline, but I already threw it away because it was completely empty. I was like scraping the sides for more, and I can't find it in stores anywhere. So I got this one, L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. This is the shade Vanilla 355, but it goes on really heavy and it doesn't blend super well, so I'm not the biggest fan. The only concealers I have right now though is this one and the Tarte one, and the Tarte one is too light for my skin right now, so I'm stuck using this one until I buy more somewhere. The next question is, how do you balance living in the world but living of the word? And I really loved this question because I feel like sometimes it's just super easy to get swallowed up by everything that's happening in the world and things that your friends are doing, things that you see people doing on social media, but you just know like isn't what you're called to do or what you're supposed to be doing. I just try to look at it as we are here to be the salt of the earth, the salt and the light. It's one of my favorite verses in the book of Matthew when he's talking about being the salt and light. I feel like if I looked the same as everyone else in the world, that would be a problem. So I hope that I stand out and that I seem like a light for the Lord. That's my goal and intention. But so while it is easy to be like living in the world, also it's just super important to remember that we're here to be the salt and the light for those who don't know the Lord. If you are not doing things that your friends are doing, like there's a reason for that, and you're gonna stand out and you're gonna look different. I don't know if I'm really answering this question how she had meant it, but I just try to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can to live close to God's word and be a light for other people. Also, I put on self-tanner last night because I use self-tanner pretty often. I don't know what happened. This self-tanner always looks so good everywhere that I put it on. For some reason on my left hand, not even my right hand, just my left hand, it looks horrible. So if you're like, why is her hand orange compared to her face? Yeah, that's why. Next, I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and honestly, the thing that works best for my eyebrows is using men's hair gel. I get the brand Got to Be Glued in the clear color. I put it in this little teeny jar, so when I'm traveling and stuff, I don't have to carry around a huge thing, but I filled this up like months ago, and I've barely used any of it. That's how little I use and how long it lasts me. So I just take a little spoolie, dip it in the gel, and then brush my eyebrows like upward, but also this way. I don't want them to be like standing straight up, so just like up to the side. Next question that someone asked was shaving tips, and I'm someone who is really prone to getting like shaving bumps and infected hairs from shaving. So it's super important for me to have a really good razor and to know what I'm doing, because like I said, my skin is just really prone to that. So for shaving, I use the Flamingo razor. I got mine from Target. I'm not sure if they sell them other places. And I also use the Flamingo shaving cream. I've been slacking lately on shaving cream because sometimes I feel like it's just a little bit of a hassle. So I'll just use like my body soap or whatever. I think that shaving cream definitely helps. You can definitely tell a difference. I used to have one of these like dry razor things that I got off of Amazon, and I hated it. It did not work good for me. But when I use my razor, I shave with the way that the hair grows. So for my armpits, my hair grows like this way. So I shave upward first, and then I just do one stroke down, because I learned this a while ago. When I shave against the hair a lot, that's when I get the most infected hairs, which are not fun, and they hurt really bad, and they're not cute. So yeah, I do that for everywhere on my body. I shave with the way that the hair grows, and then just once the other way. I don't have any like crazy shaving secrets. I just use the Flamingo shaving cream or body wash, but that's what works best for me. So next for my brows, I use, oh my gosh, look, it's like fading completely off from how much I use this, but it's the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is the shade 3, and I just take this in on the ends of my eyebrows to kind of darken them, because the tips of them over here are a little bit lighter than the rest of my eyebrows. Next, I'm gonna do my bronzer. I swear by this bronzer. It's the Hoola Benefit. I always get the mini one because they're kind of expensive, but the mini lasts for so long. I can't imagine needing any bigger size, so I get the mini. You can get this from Sephora or Ulta, Amazon. There's a lot of places that sell it. But once I started using this bronzer, I have not switched to another one. So I've been using this for like 2 years now, I feel like. The next thing that someone said was, so there's this guy I like, how do I tell him I like him? I get nervous when I'm around him. And I think that's so sweet and so cute that you get nervous when you're around him. It's probably a little bit of a good sign, because if you get like butterflies and stuff, then that's a good sign. I obviously met my fiance off of social media, so we didn't have that like in-person flirting, if that makes sense, because the first time that we met in person, we were like, we want to date, and we had been talking for so long, so we already knew that we wanted to be together. I think that if you like him, you should just like casually follow him on Instagram or ask for his phone number or his Snapchat or something like that. Don't come off too like, what's your Snapchat? Like, you don't want to be that girl. But I just think a little subtle hint could be a good thing. I feel like if someone follows you on Instagram, they're like, oh, he followed me on Instagram. You know what I mean? So that's a little like subtle way. You could be like, hey, I'm kind of interested. And then you could always ask him like, hey, do you want to go grab coffee sometime? Or I don't know, that's my go-to is coffee. But whatever you typically do, I would just like ask him to go do something. And yeah, you're probably gonna be really nervous, but if he says no, then that's a bummer for him, because who wouldn't want to hang out with you, because you're freaking cool. So if he says like no or something, then that's probably your sign that it wasn't gonna work in the first place. because the guy should always be like, oh my gosh, she asked me to go get coffee, of course I want to go with her, you know? Here's what I think. If you're gonna follow them on Instagram or something, that's gonna be in the back of their mind, because they're gonna be like, oh, she followed me on Instagram. Even if you don't like any of his posts or anything, the fact that you follow him, I feel like says a lot. So that's where I'd start, and then ask him to go do something that's like super cash, not a date, nothing crazy, until he asks you to go on a date, because he should be pursuing you. The next question is, how do you deal with being a girl in the gym, especially when working in the weights section? So I feel like this was more difficult before I went to the gym with Johnny, but ever since like we go to the gym together, I feel way better, and he's always telling me, we do the same workouts, so he's like, here's what you need to do, here's how much weight you should do, things like that. But I feel like going to the gym by yourself is a little more intimidating, and I never want to seem like, if I'm wearing like biker shorts or something at the gym, which is what I usually work out in, I don't want to seem like, oh my gosh, she's squatting, she's trying to show her butt off or something, you know? But at the end of the day, you just have to remember that everyone at the gym is there to work out and better themselves. You have to think about it this way. No one is thinking about me here. No one's looking at me. No one like really cares what I'm doing here. So I just need to get in, do my workout, and then leave. Honestly, when I go to the gym, I'm not looking at other girls or guys thinking like, what are they doing? Why are they wearing that? You know what I mean? I think that if you're just there to work out, you know, do your thing in the gym and then leave. I don't know. I don't really have super good advice other than just act like no one is looking at you, and I feel like that will help your workout go better. This is what I put under my eyes. I've talked about this on my Instagram. It's a Tula Rose Glow and Get It. It's for under your eyes, so I just put it a little bit here, and then I just like rub it in with my finger, just kind of dab it in. Next question was tips for acne scars. So, okay, I think I need to make a whole video because I had horrible acne, and then I was on Accutane. My skin cleared up so good, was literally perfect. I never had a breakout. And then randomly, like this spring, my face was breaking out so bad. It just started with like little bumps down here, and then it got so bad over the summer. I feel like I can cover it with makeup pretty easily, but it got to be horrible. I got it cleared up now. It's back to normal, but because of that, I do have some acne scars down here. So what I did was I was on Face Reality. It was like this whole skincare treatment thing, so I did that for 8 weeks, I think, 8 or 10 weeks, I forget. And then after that, this is how my skin looks, which is way better, but I do have a little bit of scarring. So I use bio oil. I got it from Target. It's like this little teeny bottle of like pink and white, and I just put the oil down here, and then I have a little bit of scars up here too. That's what I'm doing for acne scars. I hope that helps for you too if you have acne scars. When I got it at Target, it was like $4 or $5 too. It's not expensive at all. This person said, how do you maintain girl friendships? I feel like it's so hard to find genuine girlfriends. Honestly, I feel the exact same way. Let me figure out what I'm doing next. Okay, so next I'm gonna do blush. This is what I use. It's from ColourPop blush stick. This is the shade, it doesn't say. I just put a little bit of blush here. I used to use my beauty blender, but here lately I've just been like using my finger to rub it in. It's like a cream blush. I started using cream blushes probably a year ago versus powder, and I like the cream ones so much better. I'm gonna go back over with my beauty blender because I kind of put a lot. Especially since moving to Texas, I already have such a solid girl friend group in Ohio, and so just moving here, I think that it's been so much harder to make girl friends because first, you don't know what their intentions are. Do they actually want to be my friend? Are they a genuine person, or are they just like acting or faking just to like be my friend or hang out with me type of thing? And you just never know. So I haven't made a ton of girlfriends here. I've hung out with girls definitely that I love, that are so sweet, but we're not like best friends yet or anything, and I think it takes a little bit of time to have and make good like best friends. So I've just been really focusing on maintaining my friendships with the girls I have in Ohio because I know that all of those girls are forever friends, and I don't want to lose that just because I live further away. So definitely just contacting them, sending little gifts, you know, like one of my friend's birthday is today actually, and so like I sent her a gift, I FaceTime my friends and stuff. So I just think doing that is a good way to stay in touch, stay connected, and obviously I'll see them all in December for wedding stuff, so that would be so fun. But that's how I maintain them. As far as making new friends, I don't have a ton of tips yet because I think it's super easy to make friends. I think it's way more difficult to make really good friends who are genuine and have your best intentions in mind. Next, I'm doing highlight. I've been using this highlighter like 3 or 4 years ago when Kristen Johns told me about it on her YouTube channel, but it's this Maybelline Master Chrome. It's the shade Rose Gold. I'm like 90% sure, but you can see how much I've used it. It's like nasty and the lid is like broken on it, but it's fine. I use this little brush and just put a little bit, put it on my nose here. If I were doing like a more glam look, I would put a highlighter here too, but just for an everyday look, I just put it on my nose. Next is eyeshadow. I will just use whatever eyeshadow palette I'm feeling that day. Today I'm feeling more neutral because like I said, this is just an everyday look. So I'm using my Aspen Ovard palette. Looks like this. I'm pretty sure that she doesn't sell these anymore though. I've had this for a long time, as you can tell. I'm just gonna use these two here, the ones that I use basically all the time, as you can see, but they're just such like neutral colors, and I'll just do this on my whole entire lid. While I'm doing this though, I'm going to talk about the next question, which was, what birth control are you on? I take Vienva, I'm pretty sure is how you say it, and I do it through the Pill Club because this summer I was traveling so much, moving from Ohio to Texas. I didn't want to find a new family doctor here, which I should now, but when I was traveling and everything, it was just a lot. And I wanted to get on birth control because I wanted to get it in my system enough before the wedding. I'm not like a huge birth control lover. I don't love being on it. Also, I don't like putting something foreign into my body, but at the same time, it seems to be the safest way to not have any babies. And I'm 21, we're just getting married. We got engaged on our 6 months, so we want to spend time together before having babies. So this seems like the best way. So for now, I am on birth control. So after I have that on my lids, I go in with this darker color here and put it on the outside and then like underneath my eye a little. The next question, which is a really juicy one, is how do you say no to sexual temptation? So many girls asked me this, so definitely wanted to address it and talk about it on this video. I think that it is super important to set boundaries when you start dating someone and just be like, look, this is what I'm okay with and what I'm not okay with. And then when you guys are, you know, in the moment doing stuff, you'll know if you're going past your boundaries, and your partner should know too, and he or she should not want to cross your boundaries or their own. So if you're doing things and you think that it's getting to be out of hand or whatever, then I would say something. I would be like, this is not what we agreed on. You know that I'm not okay with this and I don't want to be doing this. If your partner really loves and respects you, I don't think that it would ever get to that point. But like I'm saying, if it does, because things can escalate, you know, then I would just stop, take a sec back, be like, look, I'm not trying to ruin a moment or anything, but I'm not okay with this and I just don't feel comfortable with this. And they should be like, oh my gosh, you're totally right. Things got out of hand. That's my bad. So I think it's important to set boundaries. And I mean, if you're someone who really struggles with sexual temptation, then just make it a point to not have a ton of alone time in a place like a bedroom or on a couch or something. You know, if you're someone who really struggles with that, then I would try to plan more dates, like out doing things, or like making food together, going to the gym together, things like that. Places where it's like none of that would be acceptable at all, if that makes sense. So next, I go in with a little more like shimmery glitter. It has a little bit of like sparkle to it, and I put this right underneath my eyebrow and then in the corner of my eye. Next question is, are you buying lingerie for your honeymoon? I feel like this is just such a classic thing to do, and I feel like sometimes if not all the time, your bridesmaids like buy stuff for you, and knowing my friends, I'm sure that at least one of them is gonna buy some type of lingerie for me. Just knowing their personalities, I'm not gonna be shocked if that happens, but honestly, I mean, I would probably buy some. That's fun, I feel like, and it's cute, so yeah, I'll probably be buying some lingerie, you know, why not? So that's all for my eyeshadow that I do for just like my everyday basic makeup. And then this is the mascara that I use. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I either get the blackest black or brown. So it depends on what mood I'm feeling. I actually have both of them right now. For normally my everyday makeup, I'll just do brown because I think it just matches my hair and my eyebrows better, and it just kind of goes with the whole vibe. But if it's for like some event and I'm trying to look really dramatic, then I'll do the blackest black. The very last question that someone had asked was an embarrassing period story. I can't think of any that are like super juicy and good. The only period story that's like kind of embarrassing. But also, here's the thing, I don't get embarrassed super easy, especially when it comes to things like periods, because I'm like, every single girl has periods or has had one at least. So like, how embarrassing is it really? Because we all go through it, you know? This summer, my friend Maggie was in Arizona staying and visiting with Johnny and I. And we went to a golf course that day. We were like golfing. Well, Johnny and Maggie were golfing because they golf. And I was just kind of like driving the golf cart, making TikToks, you know, doing what I do best. I didn't know I was going to start my period or anything. I don't even know when it happened. Normally I can tell and I can feel it. Like, I'm gonna start my period, and when I start bleeding, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding, you know? This day and time, I didn't even have any idea. So we're done golfing, we're leaving the golf course, whatever. We're like, let's go out to eat somewhere. We were all dressed pretty nice because we were at a golf course. So we're like, let's go to a nicer restaurant. So we're going to this, it's not like super fancy, but like it's a nice restaurant. We walk up to the place to put our reservation in or whatever. I'm pretty sure that I'm the one that put our name in, and then it wasn't gonna be that long of a wait, like 5 or 10 minutes. So we're like, we're just gonna stand outside and wait. So we're standing outside. There's a ton of people out there, mind you. While I'm talking, I'm gonna do my lips. So I'm doing this Buxom lip liner, the best lip liner in the game. This is the shade, it doesn't say on here, but I know it, so I'll put it on the screen because I remember buying it in the store. So I'm gonna look on their website and see what shade it is. Wait, this is really hard to do while I'm talking. Let me do my lip liner. I like to kind of overline my lips so that they look like more voluminous and full. But so we're standing outside the restaurant, and Maggie's like, oh my gosh, there's blood on your dress. And I was wearing this like really light purple dress, so like pretty close to white, almost like a light purple dress. She's like, there's blood on the back of your dress. And I'm like, how long has there been blood on the back of my dress? I'm just like trying to cover up. I have my tote bag with me, so I'm like walking with my tote bag like kind of behind me, trying to cover it up. It's not that I was embarrassed, but I was just like, I don't want blood on the back of my dress, basically, and everyone to see that. We get seated, and then of course our table is like the furthest one away from the bathroom. So Maggie's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom with you so we can get the blood off your dress. So then I'm like walking to the bathroom with literally blood all down the back of me. Get to the bathroom, we get it all cleaned up, but then obviously there's this huge wet spot like on the back of me, and I was like, you know what, I don't even care. So we just walked through the entire wet restaurant with a blood and then left with a huge wet spot. It was fine, we got it cleaned up. But yeah, so that was a little bit embarrassing, but that's only like super embarrassing period story that I can think of. For my lips though, this is the lipstick I always use, and I always get so many questions about it. It's this Buxom lipstick, and this is the shade Fly Girl. It's like the perfect neutral color. But that's it for my everyday makeup look and this little girl talk questionnaire Q&A thing. So thank you for everyone who sent in questions. I hope that this was like fun for you to watch, and I'll try to link all the makeup products down below in the description so you can get them if you want. But if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, you know, all the good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!